Hi,
Hi,
Kate.
Hi, Gretchen.
Happy June.
Yes, one more week of school here.
Oh,
Hmm. Yeah, this is the final week. So when she's done Friday, we're done. Yes, so we're
nice.
ready. So,
Yay.
hmm
Yay. Um, I do have some little notes to keep me on track.
I do too. I have a
But
bunch
I
of.
think we should start with your breaking news.
Okay,
Kate, before this call, dropped a little bomb that
okay,
she might have some exciting news.
very exciting, and it's yarn related, which I think makes it more fun. And it's sparkle yarn related. You're gonna throw up a lot during this. So okay, so I'm on Instagram, and I find this. It's from a company. It's the cutest little yarn bag. Look, it's quilted on the bottom. And then inside, because New Jersey Wool Week, the woman embroidered New Jersey Wool Week 2023 or has little tapes made. So
Is
this
that
was,
like quilted?
it's quilted and inside it's daisies.
And are those
And
bunnies on the outside?
on the outside, beautiful pockets. And then look at these cute bunnies.
Killing me.
Okay, so it's a little Nana-ish, but I love it. And then the name of the store, if they put on it too, because it's their Wool Week bag, is Grace and Pearl. And this little yarn shop is down on the beach in New Jersey, in a little town, which I would say is Avon by the sea, but they call it Avon by the sea. And so it's weird, it's Avon, which I'm like, I can't even make that come out of my mouth the right way. So I buy it and I leave it at the store and said, I'm going to come pick it up. It's only an hour away from where we live now. And Patrick comes home from Iowa. And I said, will you just drive me down? We can catch up in the car and I'll go pick up this yarn bag. And so we go. Now I'm going to divert into the knitting part of the story. And they have like you would throw up maybe in the story. You might just say to yourself, oh, but of course, because of our differences, I loved it. So I got, have you ever heard of knit collage? Have you heard of
Yes. Oh, yeah.
so what they had is at first I was in love with these bundles. And
Mm.
not only do they have like they have these samplers, which are so pretty, like, but you're gonna gross out,
No,
sparkle.
I'm not. After I tell you what I've been working with, this is all looking very awesome.
And this one has like little payettes in there. Is that how you say that? And then this was the one that made me go gaga. It's just fabric. And then it goes
Oh,
right, like it's batik, because all of her, this woman Amy, all of her, and look at daisies, this is called daisy chain. And then you can see the sparkle, which again is probably making you, and this is the one you'll be pleased. The one I like the most is the prettiest and the grayest. So,
oh.
and this is the big base. But again, it's
Wait, can
sparkle.
you put that in the full camera? How big is that? Oh,
It's big, bulky. And
it's
so,
so big in the screen.
yeah, and this is not, this is one skein of this. And look how cute this is. This is what it comes wrapped in. This beautiful, sparkly ribbon. And all of her yarns are spun in Punjab, India. And they're all like scrap stuff. So even if it makes you go, ugh, it's still, and it's super squishy. So I go down there, and the women who run this, it's a mother and a daughter, are the cutest things I've ever seen. The daughter is like a recently graduated history major who her and her friend have a podcast about the history of fiber. And the two of them are doing this. The other thing that's great about this bookstore, it has a book, I mean, this yarn store, it has a book section in the corner. They're selling books, they're selling tea, and they're selling yarn. And it's so cute. The mom just said, when my girls went to college, I needed something for myself, and this was my thing. And so their Instagram is adorable. It's again, it's called Grace and Pearl. But this woman, this knit collage, I'm gonna make this. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold it real close.
This big, beautiful,
Oh my gosh.
this is the detail.
Okay, I can get behind that. So
And then
the pink is the yellow.
yes, and then, and it's basically part of the reason I'm so attracted to this is it takes one night. I just need to finish something. I need to finish it. And so and it's not cheap. That
Mm-mm.
bundle is $70. Well, or $69.50, which
That's
is
not horrible,
no,
actually.
and it's so cute. So this is, and what I liked about this is there's some new skills in here that you need to learn, but it's all videoed. She walks you through why you pick these yarns, how to cast it on. I think the edge is called, it finishes with like a picot. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yes. So a picot bind off. And so when you get that fringy edge, so I'm going to give this a go and see. So while I'm in there for 14 hours, my husband is walking around this little town and he buys himself a bottle of gin and he goes into the pizza parlor and he says to me, he goes, this is Lake Bluff on the ocean. He said, there is the cutest houses. And then there's this little town that has a little yarn shop and a little liquor store and a pizza place. And he's like, there's something about this that just feels really, really good. And so we have scrapped our whole retirement plan and we are moving to the Jersey Shore. We're going to sell Summit in 2 years when Anna's done. We're going to sell, we think Sanibel, we're not sure we're going to sell that yet. And we are going to move down there. And there's like 3 little towns. There's this Secret Spring Lake, but literally you would walk into this, you would be like, it's so Midwestern, like there's no driveways. It's like Chicago in that there's alleys in the back of the house with a detached garage. And the houses are all like row houses. It literally feels like our old neighborhood in Lake Bluff, except instead of the lake, you have the ocean. And he said,
Okay.
yeah, I know.
Sorry.
No, go for it. Question away.
Is this imminent? Like
We met with a realtor. I think we're gonna try, and it's a friend of mine. My friend Michelle from work lives in Seeger, which is 2 towns over. I went last Friday to visit her. She drove me all through. I don't know if it's going to be that town Avon, but it might be one of the little towns near it. But it basically feels like it's the weirdest thing. I grew up here. I'd never been to any of them. We'd always went farther south, and farther south is like beach,
okay.
dunes, beach for front yard, that kind of thing. This just basically feels like they picked up one of our suburbs and put it on the ocean. And so, and very established. Like they were saying that a lot of the houses in the town we like never leave a family. They just keep giving them to their children. And it's so funny, like this won't matter us, but very Irish. And so every house has a big flag with an Irish, or big flagpole in the front with an Irish flag. And so very, with a yarn in my mouth, but yeah. So we met with a realtor and we're going to try to see if we can get something put together. So when she graduates, we move down there.
Oh.
You know, it was such a good decision. It felt so right in terms of we want seasons. Florida has lost its mind. Patrick still loves the Giants. He loves his Giants tickets, right? We do love being in New Jersey. What was kind of keeping us out of there was how cuckoo they are about taxes. And we said, what? So what? So what? Right? Like we love it, so we might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
And it all happened because of the yarn store. Right? Like if we hadn't gone down there, I mean, it's like kismet. And if again, their yarn, their knitting night is on the beach in the summer. They all bring their beach chairs down and they do great things with knit alongs and classes. I mean, it was the cute, you would have died. You would have literally thought this is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Well, that's awesome because I will be there. I will
yes,
be
I know.
on repeat.
So that is my big yarn related.
I love it. Just feels so right. And I love how it happened.
Me too.
Right? Not forced.
No, we were so worried about everything. And I knew Patrick liked kind of the Rhinebeck area, but he just wasn't. And then I think we were trying to figure out how to balance both. And then it was like, and then when he was so funny. And the pizza, that's when he said it. We're having a slice of pizza for lunch. And he goes, how would you feel if this was where we moved? And I was like, I really like it. So
happy.
Yeah, and it's so, you're gonna love it. You're literally gonna feel like the only difference between where you live and I live is you have a lake and I have an ocean. That's the only difference.
So good.
Our hair might
be yarn store.
And the yarn, and it's so cute.
This is a segue.
Yeah,
I did hear a rumor last night. Do you remember the yarn shop that was in Highland Park?
Yes.
Mia Bella or something like that. I heard a rumor that she's looking at space in Lake Forest. And I had a very funny, twingy, like, I had a moment of like, that should be me. But I know that that's actually not true. It should not be me. I do not want any part of owning a shop, as
No,
we
I want to own it. I just don't want to do any of the work or be
no
responsible.
work. Right. Right.
Those
So
are the things. If we could go there every day and have it be ours and make all of the creative decisions, that would be perfect.
yeah.
But I pay a bill. I don't want to worry
If
about
you, yeah. If we were in the same town, maybe
yes,
different.
maybe. But we could just visit each other's yarn stores instead and buy more yarn. I
Yes.
don't need any more yarn. I'm at like critical problem time now. Like I have so much yarn. I can't live like this. I have to do something.
I have so much yarn, and I now have so much of other people's
Oh
crap
dear.
yarn. Kate, knitting communities together, exploding.
Is it going? Is it go? How's it going?
Oh, so well.
Kate, let me hear.
Um, so we've been, Monday nights are in Highland Park, knitting with a group in Highland Park. Like last night, 10 people, 6 of whom were new. So it's just like friends telling friends telling friends. I show up last night. It's like a huge Rubbermaid tub full of finished pieces.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we're going to have this whole park like covered.
Oh,
But it's just like one woman, like we sat down, we're knitting and like getting in the groove, and she's like, like she like exhaled, it's so good. So then, of course, so we decided, not decided, just kind of happened. We're doing Wednesday nights in Lake Bluff outside of Art Impact's store,
oh.
which is right across from Prairie, the coffee shop. And so we're getting people just walking by, like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh,
I don't know. It's good.
really, really good.
It's good, except for all the acrylic. It's so
But what you have to say to yourself is acrylic is weather resistant, and for your purpose,
right,
it will be. Well, I know wool is too because the sheep wear it,
right.
but yeah, you've got to get some kind of wigs. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. And I doggone it, should have brought him in. But I was so tired of just like the same that
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to teach myself how to do a granny square. So I've been doing granny squares, crochet.
Oh,
I'm a hooker.
I was gonna say, how does Hadley feel about that?
I know. So anyway, it's been really good.
Good, good,
Really
good.
good. So we're in the homes like 3 more weeks
Okay.
of knitting and then the install.
Can you talk about the install at all? Do you have the plan? Like,
Yes. We walked through, the founder of Art Impact and I walked through the park last week and kind of sketched out where, our plans, and literally measured the trees.
Okay.
Trees are wider than you think. Some are up to 90 inches in diameter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's this beautiful section of this park, and we're calling it the Grove. I don't know what but it's a kind of away from the kids area, and it's kind of quiet, and people will be able to like kind of walk through, and it'll be contemplative. And so yeah. So far so good.
Will you do the install in the middle of the night? Do you have no? Okay.
No, it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be a Thursday afternoon,
Okay.
but leading up to the 4th. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But that's a fun idea, actually.
I just always think because I know that politically incorrect term of bombing,
Right.
like subversive and
Oh, we might
surprise.
have to float that, Kate.
Mm.
We might have to float that. So
So
that
either,
has literally been the extent of my knitting. I mean,
do you have a granny square? Can you show me one?
it's in the car.
Yeah,
Bad podcaster.
you got to travel.
Yeah, it's like my poor car. But so when I get a down moment, this is their black cashmere fingerless knits.
Oh, that looks nice.
I mean, Oh, this is my palette cleanser.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. You probably need to do a couple stitches after the yarn I just showed
Oh,
you.
it's so good. So
They
good. I
did.
got this in Burlington.
I know what section you would be in this little yarn store in my new town. It's the Clinton Hill Cashmere section, which they do have. So there would be something you could buy
She
there.
carries it there. They carry it. Oh,
Yeah. And the way I found it was the Little Miss Knits that you turned me on to.
yes.
Yeah, she came for their wool walk. And that's how I found their website.
I do have. So in the last episode, viewers might recall that Gretchen had gone down this huge kick on
Yes. Yeah. I can't remember which Julie you're doing. Are you
Julie Hoover.
Hoover? Yeah.
There's not been one stitch made on either of those projects.
Neither.
Yeah.
I even opened the 62 books I bought. I don't even know where they. I'm gonna have to.
And I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even come clean to tell you that at one of these past Lamb and Kid updates, I bought a kit.
Did you? Which kit did you buy?
That blue and white striped scarfy
Oh,
shawl. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But now they're even saying, now she's even admitting it, like, you're not gonna see this yarn for like 5 weeks. And I still was like,
well, they sold the pink one faster than I could buy it because I wanted the hot pink one. And she couldn't, like, when I finally was like, after I did this for like 15 minutes and I went to press buy, it was gone. So you were smart to buy. But like literally, I still have like 7 of those Saturday trucks to make. I now have like just a tub of the stuff I bought in the last year, like last 6 months, about 4 months. It's sad. And here's one revelation I did make because I started to do some of the yarn I bought on my Rage Buying yarn. I was going to make like this bandana cowl. I don't like cowls. I keep making like, I get like halfway through and I'm like, I don't like this. Why am I making this? So my problem is I like big projects with little attention span. So I'm hoping this bonfire crescent is a palette.
It's such a good shape.
Yeah. Well, and this was the other one I was going to show you. I don't know. I can't remember if we talked about my Noro that I'm doing the one that you have, the Sophie shawl.
Oh, I want to see
Sophie shawl. And it's so pretty, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
The color on the screen isn't doing it justice.
Okay. Is it more?
It's maroon with like hot red. Like you can probably see it in there.
Oh.
Very pleasing to knit. One thing that's funny about it is it's very, I don't know what you call it when the yarn's big, small, big, small, big, small.
Oh,
so taking a while.
Yeah. Thick and thin. Thick and thin.
Thick and thin. So, but it's going really well.
And do you have trouble? My only thing in that pattern for me, I feel like I'm not good at counting rows.
Okay, I've solved this.
Okay.
Well, first of all, you don't need to count the rows because you can just do the math. So you can count the stitches across because you're adding 1 stitch every 6. So
right.
you, in mine, because it's the big one, I need to get to 60 rows, but I know that I started with 5, that I just need to get to 65 stitches.
That I get. It's the like in between the
the 6. I solved that too. I gotta find it for you. This is a big deal because do you have the where did I put it? Stinky. I had it exactly to show you because I'm so pleased.
No, go ahead.
Where is it? You know the bracelet we have that's magnetic?
Yes.
Well, Coco Knits makes these.
Yes.
And it is magnetic. So what I do is this one has 5, so I'm on row 5. I just keep it on my wrist. And then when I'm done knitting, I put the watch back or whatever it's called, the band back in with the knitting. So I always know. And since it's sitting right on, I wish I could show you it because
I get it though.
Oh, it's right here. You can see it.
I can hear the birds in the background at your house.
I love this.
No, that's my house. Sorry.
That's your, I have no birds. Look at.
That's good.
as I go.
I'm also looking, is that an Apple Watch?
Well, no. Oh,
Oh, I
this?
thought, yeah. I thought,
I I don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
my,
yeah.
have an Apple Watch? I don't know. Something.
Yeah. It's too much
Yelling
contact.
and it's yelling at me all the time. I just want to know how many steps I did.
Okay, that's good though. Thank you, Coco Knits.
Yeah, and then well, that was another rabbit hole because I'm like, well, if I'm going to buy 52 row counters or stitch counters, I might as well buy their needle covers. And then, I mean, they have really pretty stuff.
Yes.
Really pretty stuff, and those are hard to get. Like I had to go to like different sources. I think that these are the best stitch counters.
And
Or
because
row
that
counters.
thing doesn't move, you're not gonna like bump it and have it
No,
in your
and it's,
bag.
I think it's really. I just needed something that was always there, and just the fact that I could just put it on my wrist was big for me.
I love
So
it.
yeah, so I gotta finish that. I gotta finish Patrick's sweater. I'm gonna hopefully do this in a night.
Did you say in a night?
Yeah, this supposedly takes one night. That
Oh,
was
okay.
the reason I bought it, this bonfire shawl. That because the yarn is like this big. It's on 17s, which I had to go buy. I had a 17s 40s.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that,
And
yeah.
the woman was so funny when I went to buy them. She was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I am." And she's like, "Are you? Have you watched what you're doing?" Yeah, like she's like, "Listen, dumbass." 17s. So she made me so nervous I bought 15s too, because this, for as much as I was like, it's a shawl, how bad can it be?
Right.
Well, then it was funny that, and I watched the tutorial. She's like, it can be bad. She's like, if you're really loose, you're going to want to go down because it'll start to look messy. And she's like, it's already pretty deconstructed. If you, after a while, it'll just look like yarn. You just took it,
Yeah.
wrapped it around
Oh,
yourself.
that's funny.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, so I have to swatch it. But then I guess I have to pull the swatch out because I think I need all of the yarn to make the thing. So we'll
I
see.
think you are, I think you are looser.
Yes.
So maybe, yeah, maybe start with the 15s.
Maybe I'll start with a 15 and not swatch it and hope for the best. I was even mad because I bought this because it does look so deconstructed. I didn't want to swatch. I will do anything to avoid that stuff.
I know.
There's some kind of deep psychological reason for that I have to address at some point, but not today.
I had a, yeah. Um,
What else do you have?
I have, I have a new alcohol-free cocktail to show you.
Ooh, okay, good. I've seen this online. Is it good? I'm writing this down.
Parch.
Parch. Okay.
So I was introduced to this at my retreat in Taos.
I know we haven't even talked about this yet. We have to talk about this.
Okay. Yeah, so this is Parch non-alcoholic agave cocktail. This is the prickly paloma.
Okay.
Prickly paloma. I love them. I think they're beautiful. The cans are really pretty. You know, all that is very pleasing to me.
Okay.
I would say for me, I still love our for bitter or for worse. The little cans for bitter for worse, I think are still a notch above for me, above this.
Okay.
Is a little bit sweeter, but this is
Mm.
also like kind of summer, more summer.
Okay.
And
And is it just you poured over ice?
yes. And I cut this a little bit with club soda.
Yeah, a little cup soda.
You know, I like getting a little 2 drinks for one.
Okay.
In my special glass from Kate that everyone in this household knows is only for alcohol-free drinks. Don't you dare put a touch of something else in there.
Yeah, nope, those are just yours.
Okay, have you ever been to New Mexico?
I have been to New Mexico, but just the Four Corners. When we did our big national parks trip, we stopped. So technically I've had a foot in, but other than that, no.
It's so beautiful.
Is it?
I loved it. I loved it. I flew into Albuquerque.
Okay.
And then it's like 2.5-hour drive to Taos. And Taos is like, there are spirits there for sure. It's like there is some kind of juju. Can't even describe it. super artsy. It's like Woodstock meets the desert,
Okay.
meets I don't know what, hippie. Like it just everyone's very groovy.
Hmm.
Um, so it was awesome. It was, 25 women,
It's just women.
just women. We
Okay.
stayed at a retreat center.
Okay.
So we all had our own room, communal, and then they brought in a chef, a French chef. It was vegan, gluten-free for
Mm.
3 days. And I wasn't sure how that was going to go for me.
Hmm.
I loved it.
Could you feel your body be different?
Yeah, I felt light.
Okay.
I felt amazing. And I also realized how hard it is to cook like that all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the chef, she's from France. She's French,
Hmm.
but was basically raised in the States. Her name, no lie, Shirley Temple.
Oh my God, that poor woman.
She's adorable. She like in the best way is kind of clueless about it. Like she's like, I don't know what the big deal is about my
Yeah.
name.
And it's so funny, only people of a certain age, like I have, other than Anna thinks it's a drink. She has no idea who
Right.
Shirley, other than,
Right.
ginger ale and grenadine.
So we did hikes and I mean, okay, yeah, the Rio Grande. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. So
Okay.
Rio Grande, very cool. Like so
I gotta
cool.
stop for a minute. I can't
Yeah,
believe you've never been to the Grand Canyon.
I know.
You gotta put that on your list.
I know.
That you should, yeah.
Right? Because now I get it. I mean, I
Yeah.
just saw a little glimpse and now I get the
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nobody can prepare you for it.
oh,
Yeah. But this sounds like it's equally as amazing.
it was beautiful. We did okay, they brought in one night sound bath. Do you know what this
Mm.
is?
Hmm.
The
I've never done
bowls.
it. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, I might be now going full woo-woo, but you
That's
know,
okay.
I have this shoulder labrum situation, and literally she would walk like, you're in full shavasana, right? And she's kind of up front with all the bowls, but then she traveled to each person kind of
Hmm.
bowl over you. And I literally felt the end like go zoom. Like it was Kate's like, oh yeah,
No, I believe in all this stuff.
I do
There's just,
too.
yeah.
It was great. It was great. So a lot of yoga and all healthy eating and women who are in different areas of their alcohol-free journey and from
Okay.
just curious to, you know, I was kind of like a veteran.
Were you?
Yeah, kind of like a veteran. So it was
And then
great.
to find a replacement for me, say no. Say no.
Oh,
You didn't. Okay, good. Good, good, good.
no.
I was worried.
But found a nice woman who's in Wilmette, which is
Oh,
fun.
good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you'd love her. She is a professor, a finance professor at University of Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no dummy.
Yeah.
But just talking about her life in academia, especially in finance, it was cool. It was cool. But like everyone was badass. Like
Mm.
everyone was like, "Oh yes, I built my own company. I'm blah 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 blah," which is another like kind of I thought interesting. Um, just my own observation that sometimes people who, for whatever reason, decided maybe they don't want to drink, they're very high functioning people
Yeah.
in a lot of different areas of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
I
good. Yeah.
think that's a thing. That's so
So
good.
yeah.
So I
Go
woo woo
ahead.
at all. I don't think it's woo woo at all. And I think it's so funny. So I told you that book when you left. That was the one recommendation I was going to do was the henna artist.
Yes.
And she's like a healer in this book. And then I'm listening to the second one now. So it's called, the first one's called The Henna Artist by Alka Joshi. And I'm listening to, it's a series of 3. Right now I'm listening to The Secret Keeper of Jaipur. But like, when you talk about woo-woo, like, I don't know if it is. I think it's like, and now maybe I'm going to woo, I think it's distance from nature, because she's making all of these healing things out of different things that are natural, right? And she's doing the henna to help you figure out where you're trying to get. So she's sensing you out, and she's like, this is what you want. And then she makes the pattern on your hands, but she's a caregiver. She's taking care of people, and she knows, like, she's working with this woman who's really depressed, and she keeps giving her sugared fruit. And she's like, she just needs that right now. And then, like, in the second one, she teams up with someone who has more skills. But that's, like you say, it's woo. I just think it's probably, we've gotten so far removed from, like, yoga, that sound thing you're talking about, that
Just feet in the grass.
yes,
Your feet in the grass.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So would you recommend listening to henna artists over reading?
I didn't read it, so I don't know. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I love listening to it. It's
Okay.
very helpful for me. I was getting lost in it. Like, I would go for like a 3-mile walk and not feel like I'd walked at all, because the story is really good. So I'm only like probably a third of the way through the second one. We'll see how that one goes. But the first one, I just thought the story was really, really compelling. So, and it's like, it's the different flowers she's using, the way she's thinking about women, the way she's thinking about her role in women's healthcare. I mean, it's good.
Mhm.
So, and I guess it depends on where you're on the spectrum. Somebody might call it woo woo. I think it makes a heck of a lot of sense.
Right. There's a reason these things have worked over
Yeah,
thousands of years, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Um, well, I literally just started this. My friend gave me for my birthday. Search
okay.
Michelle Hunen. But ironically, it's about like a woman who's on a church search committee. But it's supposed to be funny, like all the characters and the quirkiness of church. And I'm like, possibly too close to home, but one of NPR's best books of 2022.
It's so funny. So our new priest, we've been in turmoil for years, pre-COVID, right? I don't know if you know this, but our priest, it's so sad, went bananas.
Mm.
Absolutely bananas. The bishop had to fire him. What happened was, he had early onset front lobe dementia that caused all of this erratic behavior. I mean,
Ah,
you use the expression losing your mind. Nobody knew. They just thought he'd gone crazy, was drinking a ton, was yelling at people randomly. Turns out he was really sick, but even he didn't know, because he was young. I want to say that he wasn't even 45.
oh
And
my
so
gosh.
died in the middle of COVID. I mean, that's how quickly it was advancing. But then they could not, because of COVID and everything else, get someone to our church. So we've had an interim rector, what do we call it, the church leader, for probably 2019. And so the new guy just started Sunday.
Okay.
And it's only been week 1, but all 3 of us were like,
Oh, God.
so I have my fingers crossed a little bit. I'm trying not to get overly excited, but it would be good. But yeah, I would love to read that, because I was on the search committee in Lake Forest.
Right, right. Yeah.
I have flashbacks from that, like post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, and then this is the other book I'm reading, looking at Pacific Natural. Jenni Kayne. Do you know her? She's like the cashmere. She has a cashmere line. Like,
Oh yes, 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 yes. I was thinking yarn, and you're talking clothing. Okay.
sorry. No, this is like,
Yeah,
like have a beautiful dinner and then give your guests bath salts. But I love this shit.
I know. Don't you want to live like that? I do,
Yes.
do too.
Yes.
All right, so since you're talking about Jenni Kayne, I'm on the opposite end of the fashion spectrum now. So, and I was going to bring this up today because I think these are two good things. So Anna and I went to the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, to see the Karl Lagerfeld exhibit.
Oh,
Because we had gone, gosh, I don't even know when, 2022, to see the Dior exhibit at the
I
Brooklyn
remember
Museum.
that.
The Lagerfeld wasn't quite as wonderful as the Dior, but it was great because it was all around his sketches. And then they have a video of the women who are making the dress patterns out of his sketches. So I pulled these up so you could see just like the sketches that he's doing. And then you meet the pattern makers and the dressmakers that are, and what she's talking about is like, this looks like a pencil drawing to you, but when you like look, you can look at this one, you can see that he's
Oh,
talking instruction over here. He's got a note over here. It says elastic waist. It's a two-piece dress. And then they had the sketches and then they had the finished dress. And it was great. I mean, we just walked through there and was like, just the creativity of somebody who can make things like that, idea in his head, and then the whole chain of how it gets to a finished project and all the people it takes. And just like the crazy personalities.
right.
Right?
Is he still alive?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, but his cat is. So probably one of the things you saw were all the people at the Met Ball dressed like his cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that his cat like has a big following. I don't know who took him when Lagerfeld died, but
That's funny.
isn't it funny? So yeah, so I think it was a little bit of a tribute to his life and his work. But it was fun. It was really good.
I am very excited for New York in the fall.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
very excited. It's been so long. I'm going to be like,
I know, and I'm gonna make sure that we get you to some good things so that you can have a full New York experience. It's funny, I was thinking about it this morning. I think we're gonna stay in Soho.
okay.
So we are closer to more of the action. We were talking Brooklyn, but I think you haven't been in so long that we got to get you more New York, New York. So it'll be so fun. And we've been going a lot. Like last week, we went to the ballet. I think that was like for us, and Josh and Patrick loved it. It was fun. It
Yeah.
was I know, which is funny. You don't think it, but he's mad for it. And I think he had a girlfriend in college who was a big dancer. So she gave him a big intro early. And what's her name? You would know her because you guys went to college together. Amy Trottier.
Oh, I know the name.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, yeah. So we saw part, and he must have seen it when he was with her, but we saw part of Swan Lake and then part of a really modern one. And
Cool.
so stuff like that, or that we went to the opera. So I got to figure out what we're going to do with you when you're there. Because we probably take advantage of it like once a month. Good. Yeah. So I love it.
I'm just watching my time for you.
Yes, 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 yes. Because I have.
Um, all right, I just need you to send me some good pump up vibes for this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. Talk about this weekend because I know a little bit, but I want to know more.
I'm going to Springfield, Illinois,
Okay.
the Sunfish North American Championship.
Okay.
And I really need to be like, I need to get a certain place. I want to get a certain place in the women's division
Okay.
so that I can go to the Pan Am qualifier in Sayville, New York. Is that near you?
Yes, that's the Hamptons. I will come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, long story short, I put my resume in for this Pan Am qualifier event. In the event I don't get it done this weekend,
Okay.
I still might be able to qualify. But the coolest part was you send your resume to olympics@ussailing.org. And I'm like, all right.
Bye. Stop at New York, baby. Go to Paris.
So it's super fun. Like you get to go through the process. Like they have you register, like you have to put in your like all your clothing sizes. You send a headshot. I'm like, I'm all over this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are you seated? Do you have a current, like, is it like golf where you have your handicap? Do you have your most current?
They don't rate, there's no equation like that.
Okay.
Um, But they did, like the sunfish class emailed me and said, you should put in your resume.
Okay. Okay.
So there was like, I think, well, I know I was next in line. If I could have beat this one girl the last time, I would have been in. So,
Okay.
but I would really like to get it done on my own and not be in
Yeah.
on resume.
Well, okay. You are getting it done on your own.
Yes.
It's your resume. It's not like you're making the stuff on your resume up.
Thank you,
So,
Kate. Thank you. Okay,
you're
thank you. I needed that.
yes, it's on your own steam. See, sometimes you say these things, and I'm like, what are you thinking about?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna get weepy. My God, you're so accomplished. And then, what do you have to do on this weekend? What's
I
your
need to
plan?
be the third I need to be one. There are 3 female spots. So the top 3
Okay.
um female girls who have not already qualified. So
Okay.
even if I'm 5th and the 2 girls, but as I'm telling myself, let's just get it done. Just
Yeah.
fucking do it. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Don't be thinking about who does what for who.
That's right. That's right.
Right. You don't, because that you'll just get in your head. Just think
Yeah, that's
about
right.
the end of the race and
Yes.
being there first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's so exciting. And it's in Illinois.
ugh. It's this lake in Springfield. I don't know who picked this venue, but
Mhm.
yeah,
And how many races do you have to do?
they'll do as many as they can, up to 12.
Up to 12. Okay.
Yeah, over 2 days. So
Okay. And you guys are going down Thursday?
Thursday morning.
Okay. And is Rich, did he qualify for the men's Pan Am?
No. So he's also put in his resume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully we both get in so we
Okay.
can drive to New York together.
And when's the New York one?
July 7, 8, 9.
Oh, perfect. That's
Oh,
coming up.
I know. I know.
Okay.
So get this, you'll love this, and then we'll end. So I leave Thursday
Hmm.
to go to Springfield. So that, and Jim and Bridget go back to Burlington to move her into her off-campus house.
Okay.
Like I'm not, yeah. It's called
This is,
parenting, right?
yes, it is. And it's
Okay.
perfectly, yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
So
And maybe some way she wants him to do it more because,
yeah.
right?
And you know what she said to me, which is so true. She's like, Mom, this is a 1-parent job. Like
Yeah.
2 parents is too much.
Yeah. I think
You
that.
just need one-on-one, get it done, buy the bed, buy whatever.
Yeah, because she's got to buy all the furniture for her space, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Does,
Yeah.
does Burlington have an IKEA?
No.
No.
But they have thrift shops up the wazoo.
Do they? Okay,
She
good.
just told me the state of Vermont just outlawed throwing away your food scraps. You have to compost.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Isn't it?
That's amazing. I'm like, what kind of that? You're the garbage police.
Right? I know. So I wonder really, I mean, how do you garbage police it? But at least
Well, think of the revenue they'll generate, right?
Mhm,
They'll just keep
mhm,
smacking fines on everybody until they
mhm.
get the system down. That's a
Yeah,
really good thing to do.
I know. I love it.
Well, I moved Josh. Yeah, so he's in his new dorm for the summer, and then he came home and we went to Taylor Swift. Worth it. It was worth it.
I'm having FOMO. Don't even.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really, 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 really good.
Everyone
She's,
says.
yeah. I saw, first of all, wait, for the viewers, Michelle had like VIP access.
Yes. They went and saw her in Indianapolis when Catherine was probably 8 because
Oh,
Rick had met her Taylor Swift's father through work
okay.
and had like a whole person. Anyway, so they're like have been longtime fans, not,
They're big.
so.
Well, her pictures were great. I have to post mine. I'm so bad about that. And then our employee, when she finishes her finals, she's putting our plan together.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, like and subscribe, viewers.
Exactly. We'd like
Smash
to
that
more.
like button.
Yay.
We do have to, we'll work on that.
We need a plan.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I love you.
Me too.
Have a
I will.
wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. And then we'll do this soon, sooner than later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Okay.
maybe we'll do it together in July because you will be there in Sayville, New York.
Yes. I
Mhm.
will be there.
You are going to be there. Ooh,
All
I'm so
right.
excited. Great.
Okay.
I love you.
Bye. I don't know how to stop. And okay. Bye.
Bye.